Peace. I'm gonna let people hop on real quick. So, reason why this video is titled "You God on Earth" instead of "You Are God on Earth" is because God is not a noun; it's a verb. So it's what you do. So you God on earth. That's what you do on earth. You know, it says in the Bible, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And then we're taught that heaven and hell are a state of mind. So since heaven and hell are a state of mind, what does that mean? Well, you have to break down the words. So God is a verb, and we know that God is the King of heaven. God means to invoke, to invoke, to call upon, and to pour out is from the Sanskrit huta. So we see that parable or that phrase or that saying or whatever you want to call it, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven is showing you the manifestation power of your mind. Heaven is the state of mind. So when they say heaven, they're talking about your mind. And then thy will be done on earth is you manifesting your will or your will manifesting your state of mind on earth. So it's telling you that you God on earth. Right? Then it also says in the Bible and in the Quran that God or Allah never helps the people until they help themselves. Um, it also says in the Quran, which is where I think Moors need to read it. Well, Noble Drew Ali said Moors need to read it. It says, I'm going to paraphrase, but it says, "Don't mistake the wrath of evil men for the wrath of Allah." Now, this is very important with the theme that has been going on for the past week or so, with certain Moors stating that we don't need arms to protect ourselves, and all we need is love and Allah, and that's it. But it also says in the Bible and the Quran again that Allah never helps the people until they help themselves. Then it says in both the Bible and the Quran that God or Allah will slay your enemies with your hands, which means you have to do something. Um, if you actually read the holy books, you'll see where a lot of these people are exposed for who they are. Where again, it says in these books that you are one with Allah. It says in the Bible and the Quran that Allah put his/her breath into you, his/her spirit into you. So if you have the spirit of the Creator, that means you are part of the Creator. Which when you read the front of the Circle 7 that Noble Drew Ali prepared for us, he told you that you are one with Allah. We are all one with Allah. And that, in the following, in chapter 2, when Yeshua is born and he's given the message of being the revealer of the light, but he must first have the light, which is why his mother was taught first, so he was taught in the womb. It says that men debase themselves from Allah with carnal thoughts and deeds, saying that you don't have to do anything to protect your carnal body is a cardinal thought. And then being passive when the Prophet told you he wants you to be active, that's a cardinal deed. So while someone's trying to break into your home and violate you and you say, you know what, Allah got this, that's you debasing yourself from Allah because you are Allah. So you can't say Allah got this and then you do nothing. You can't say God got this and then you do nothing. This is why I keep saying, yo, Moors, if you really think Allah is outside of yourself, then when you're hungry, say, I'm not going to make myself anything to eat because Allah got me. And see how fast you get reset because you are not honoring the laws of nature. And by reset, I mean you die and then have to come back and learn the lesson again because you thought you could just debase yourself up to the point where you starve yourself to death, which is suicide. Exactly, like this person said, Quality High Records, Allah moves and works through man. It says that right in the Bible too. God moves and works through man. So why do we keep debasing ourselves? We keep debasing ourselves because of cardinal thoughts and deeds, because we're afraid. But the solution is what Noble Drew Ali told you. Moors are men upright, independent, and fearless. You know, and this high spiritual science is what we're missing. Which is why you know, if any of you Moors have ever helped Moors all across the country, you'll see where these Europeans are launching a full assault on our people. And since it's not happening to you, you don't see that because you're so passive, you're so complacent, and you're so comfortable in your debasing of yourself from the Creator, that you allow these Europeans to take care of you, which is what makes us wards. Every time you see them patrolling your streets, they're protecting you from yourself, because you don't know how to control yourself, because you haven't activated the God in you, because you still believe in their system of God is outside of you. You still go to their mosques and their so-called churches where you have to submit that there's a God outside of yourself, and that imam or that pastor is the middleman between you and God. Meanwhile, the Quran that your prophet gave you said you place your hand in Allah's hand and thus you are one. So I'm telling, I was on the phone with a Moor who was going through some stuff. He's helping an elder, so the Europeans are attacking him. So while this Moor is filing paperwork to keep this elder's house, the Europeans realize, okay, this guy's the threat. So what they do, they arrested the Moor. Then what they do, they proceeded with the proceeding once they removed the competent Moor out the way. So the Moors called me asking for counsel, which I gave to them for free. Because when I see warriors, hey, you owe me nothing, because we need warriors, right? So when I see warriors for who they are, hey, here's the info, bro. But the solution I gave them was, don't think that paperwork is the end all be all, because it is not. We're dealing with criminals. We're dealing with people that, yeah, they see the paperwork and then they'll do things like arrest you, keep you out of the picture, and then proceed on the elder while he's vulnerable, because they know you're not there to protect him. And then they use their paperwork, hide what you wrote, put their paperwork in the media, and say, look, we foreclosed on this house and they didn't honor it, so we arrested them. So now to the public, it seems like, well, yeah, the government did their job, even though it's color of law, but the people don't know that. And yeah, you know, they had to arrest these people because they're not honoring the law. Meanwhile, it's them not honoring the law. So my solution was, hey, know when to hold them and know when to fold them. My remedy to Moors is the truth. Paperwork is not our end-all be-all salvation. And if you think it is, something's wrong with you. I said adapt and overcome. If you can, cut ties while you still can. Move out here so we can start protecting each other for real. Period. And what did Noble Drew Ali say? If you can, live close to each other. So I ain't saying nothing that the Prophet didn't already say. I'm not saying nothing that prophets didn't already say. Not just Noble Drew Ali. Every single prophet. Read the Quran. Read the Quran that Noble Drew Ali gave you. Read the mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East, and then read the Holy Quran of Muhammad in your Moorish national mindset, and you'll see what our solution is. You'll see it clear as day. And it's not sit back, pray to Allah outside of you, and then do nothing. It's you got work to do. You have work to do. And Noble Drew Ali already told you, man tarries, or carries, or I'm pretty sure it's tarries, many ages on this earth plane until his lessons are all learned up. So don't think that this is your first rodeo and then you're done. You know, there's been Moors that said, oh my God, I'm so tired of this earth plane. Why? Because you ain't doing shit. That's why you tired. We're being oppressed. You ain't doing shit. So you're subject to the results of the oppression. And since you're not targeting the actual problem, you're fucking tired. You know, and I've said this before. I'm so thankful for the Moors that bailed me out of jail for a crime that I didn't commit. I'm so thankful for the Moors that showed up for court and raised, you know, finances to not only bail me out and another Moor, but also to compensate Moors to come out here. I appreciate that so much. I really do. I can't put it in words as to how much that means to me. The only thing I can offer is my life and sacrificial service to all of y'all. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm willing to fight for you. I'm willing to die for you. Just move out here. Just do it. And you'll see. I'm on the front lines every day. This ain't no come out here and you're going to protect me. No, this is, I'm out here. Right? And the reason why I say that is because, We react when it's too late. We react when it's too late. That's why I said I'm thankful for being bailed out, but we could have prevented that. We could have prevented all those Moors putting up all that money or all that fiat. We could have prevented that. How could we have prevented that? If we lived in a community, they wouldn't have been able to enter that community and violate any one of us. So we could have avoided us being unlawfully locked up. Then we could have avoided the whole 50 Moors having to come out here, because there would have been already Moors out here, and we could have prevented this whole proceeding. We could have prevented the whole entire proceeding if we didn't act when it was too late. Now, and this isn't a sly against anyone. I truly appreciate it. Everyone knows everyone was at my house. So you ain't coming to my house if I don't appreciate what you're doing, right? But Noble Drew Ali said we don't do anything except for at the point of a sword. I was at the point of a sword, so the Moors helped twice. But that's proof that we don't do things unless we're at the point of a sword. So if we already have a community out here before anyone's in trouble, then we can prevent anyone from being in trouble in the future. That is my goal. That's why I ask Moors to move out here if you can. And if you can't, at the moment, link with other Moors who are interested so y'all can strategize. Strategize, okay, let's be roommates. Strategize, okay, let's although we don't want to, let's get a mortgage for now, so when we have a community, we can all adverse possess our properties at the same time. That's strategizing. That's strategy. That's logistics. That's planning. Not, oh, damn, something happened to Jamal, let's put in all this money, stay where we're at, and then hopefully it works itself out. That's not planning. That's planning to fail. And again, I appreciate it, Moors, I truly do. But we have to start thinking forward. We have to start thinking forward. We have to start thinking about preventative measures. How do we prevent these Europeans from attacking another elder? How do we prevent these Europeans from arresting a younger Moor who's protecting his elder's estate? How do we prevent that from happening? How do we prevent a situation where Sister Nora is locked up for X amount of time for something she didn't even do? How do we prevent that? We don't prevent that by raising money after the fact. We don't prevent that by showing up to court after the fact. We prevent that by establishing a community, going to City Hall saying this is what it is. Your police should not be in our areas. We police ourselves. Then we go to the State House. We say, hey, this is what it is. Whenever you see these Moorish IDs and one of your cops pull us over for no fucking reason, you call the grand whoever. You call one of our people. You call one of our representatives, and we show up and we determine if this Moor violated something or not, and we talk to the cop. That's what it is. If y'all thinking about evicting one of these Moors from their house, you call, again, one of our representatives. We show up. We read the contract, see if there's a violation of law, see if there's embezzlement of a state. That's what we do. You trying to force one of our children to get vaccination to go to school? Yeah, right. Call our medical doctors. Call our doctors. Call our shaman. Call our medicine men and women. Call our bruja, and they'll write a prescription or whatever, or an exempt form saying that Moor don't have to do that to go to school. That is our power. Once we're unified, we're like this. We got no power like this. We need to be like this. And it's that simple. It's that simple. I'll read some of these comments. Peace, 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 peace. So someone's saying Moors migrated here. Read House Resolution 1203, if I'm not mistaken, from the state of Georgia. And you'll see where, I think state of Georgia population is like 10.8 million people. You see where 10.8 million people stated that Moors are aboriginal and indigenous to North, South, and Central America, so we didn't come from nowhere. What? Yep. Stop. Yeah. Look, don't listen to this idiot nation non-Muslim. Don't listen to this retard. They're retarded. So, look, hold on. Let me address this comment, and then I won't address this idiot no more. Look, he said, Jamal spelled my name all wrong. He said, pre-USA, what was your nationality? You're an idiot. That's a stupid question. That is a retarded question. Again, for the Moors, when people like this retard, and I'm using the word retard in its medical, the proper medical context of you're mentally slow, you were born lame, you were born with no intellect. When people like him or her start speaking, you go to, again, House Resolution 1203 or 1206 from the state of Georgia, and that's all you say. Keep that shit pushing. But my wife's here with the groceries, so I gotta bring some groceries in. So, peace. Remember, you God on earth. That's what you do. Peace. Oh, wait, one more thing. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's proof that you God on earth.